Hi, welcome to Fix That Format. I'm Pamela. I teach the computer classes at the Arlington Heights Job Center. Some of you may have been in class with me. Since we can't meet face-to-face, I've put together a video series focused on fixing some of the common resume layout problems in Microsoft Word. This particular series of videos is about getting your document ready for printing or posting, cleaning it up with spell check. It's not the most exciting part of working in Word, but it's certainly very necessary. Okay, in this series of 3 videos, we're going to discuss reviewing a document with spell check. The second video is going to be focused on printing a document, the settings for printing. And the third video is going to be about various options for saving a Word file. I hope you'll join me for all 3. So in this first video that's going to focus on spell check, we're going to talk about checking your spelling directly. We're going to look at using the spell check tool in Word, and then just take a glance at a couple of the other editing tools available. So let's go. The spelling and grammar tools have changed quite a lot over the years in Microsoft Word. Later versions of Word not only check spelling, but also make suggestions about word choice and phrasing. But whichever version of Word you're using, there will be some form of spell check. And the command is always located in the same place on the ribbon. It's the first choice on the Review tab. So here's the Review tab. I'm using Microsoft 365, which doesn't even call it spelling anymore. It just calls it Editor. But the command is in the same place. It's at the beginning of the Review tab, and that's where your spell check will be as well. It may even come as a surprise to you that there is a tool on the ribbon, because we've all kind of gotten used to using the red squiggly lines, right, to indicate that there's some sort of misspelled word. Does it matter which option you choose? Nope. Sometimes in a longer document, it's easier to use the actual spell check because it will jump from error to error on its own. When you use the squiggly lines, then it's up to you to move to each of those problems and deal with it directly. You might also see other colors of wiggly lines like green or purple. They're all just indicating other possible things that you might want to check in your document. So let's take a look. If you want to fix a misspelled word using the mouse, you simply go to the word, right-click on it, and a little form of spell check will pop up. If Word happens to guess what the word should be, you can simply click it, and it will replace what's there. Also remember that sometimes you're going to see situations where somebody's name, your own name, or a place name comes up as misspelled because it isn't in Word's dictionary. So if I right-click on this name, I can come down here and say Ignore All, and that way, as many times as that name is repeated in the document, it won't come up as misspelled anymore. Also notice that I could add it to Word's dictionary. So if you have your own copy of Word, you might add your name to the dictionary so it doesn't always come up as misspelled. Obviously, if you're on a public computer, you don't want to do anything like that. If you want to use the spell check tool on the Review tab, the easiest thing to do is just make sure you click up at the top of your document, so it's starting from the top. Then I'm going to the Review tab, and I'm going to click here where it says Editor, or it might say Spelling. And again, depending on the version of Word, you'll get a pane that comes over up here over on the side, or it may be a window that pops up just right in front of everything else. This has gotten so fancy that it starts me off with telling me how many spelling problems I have. But you can work out how it's going to work. If I click where it says spelling, then it starts me off again with the spell check and takes me to the problem. If it comes up with the right suggestion, I can click on it and it will replace it and then move me to the next problem. So you just work your way through it, and then at the end it will tell you it doesn't see any more problems. You might also want to take advantage of the thesaurus tool, which is very useful when you're working on your resume and you're having trouble coming up with words. So if I was trying to find another word for powerful, I would select it And then on the Review tab, thesaurus, and if I click on that, over on the side here, I'm going to see a whole bunch of different choices that mean basically the same thing. So it's a really useful tool. It's easy to use, and why not take advantage of it? There's some other things up there. If you need it, you can do a word count of your document. But don't forget to try the thesaurus. It's very good. One word of caution: the spell check is good, but it's not perfect. It has the most problems when a word is spelled right, but it's the wrong word. So for example, here, this should be then, T-H-E-N, not A-N. And as you can see, it isn't bothering spell check at all. So use the tool, but make sure you also proofread your document. If you're not a good proofreader, then get somebody else to do it for you. Use the tools, but don't trust them completely. So to round up, the spell checker editing tool is the first button on the Review tab on the ribbon. That's where it always is. So it might look a little bit different in various versions of Word, but it's always in the same place. You can also right-click on a misspelled word to correct the error. Remember that spell check won't catch everything, so you'll have to proofread your documents, or if you're not a good proofreader, have someone help you with it. Thanks for watching. The next video in this series, video 2, is about printing, and the third video is about saving your file in Microsoft Word. Thanks again. See you soon.